How you doing, guys? I'm Gary and this is the Cultured Drummer. Welcome back, folks, to another wee episode of Going Round the Blends. In the past, I think I've done a couple of these. I'm not a big blend drinker, but we've done a couple before, and one of the previous ones was Grouse. What I've decided today is to grab the black Grouse. We'll get it into the glass, let it settle for a second, and then we'll have a wee chat. Okay, Grouse, as I said, I think it probably was the last blended review I had a look at. The Grouse is a blended Scotch. Comes out from the Edrington Group, who own Macallan and Highland Park, amongst others. As you know, with blended Scotch, there's a mixture of malt whisky and grain whisky. They throw it all together. A blender or master blender has a good smell at it all, decides that that's a good recipe, and they put it out. Grouse in itself has been out for, whatever, I think it was the early or the late 1800s it started coming out. But Black Grouse, 2007, I think that's when it started appearing on the market. And what's the difference between Grouse and Black Grouse? Well, other than the bottle, which has a black grouse bird on it, as opposed to the normal bottle, which has a red grouse bottle on it, bird on it. This one is a peated version. So what they've done is, rather than produce a peated version of the Grouse, what they've done is they've taken peated matured whisky from Islay, brought it over and blended it in with what they've got already to produce Grouse with blended whisky blended into it. As best as I can really explain it, to be honest. Like the other Grouse, 40% ABV. Let's have a sniff, see what it's like. To me, there's no hint of peat there. It's more it's more a hint of dirty water. That's not to say that's bad, but that's how it's coming over to me. That initial saying there was no peat, there are now a few more sort of whiffs of it. There's maybe a sort of wee gentle sort of waft of a smokiness. Perhaps some rum sort of edge to it. Have a wee taste. It sounds strange, there's quite a sharp mouthfeel to it, a bit of spiciness. Perhaps a little bit watery. On the actual palate, I'm not getting a peatiness, but on the finish, as it goes down towards the end of the finish, there's something peaty there. Try again. Yeah, for me, there's nothing really there on the mouthfeel. Taste-wise, perhaps some sort of fruitiness, a little bit of fruit, a bit of spice, and then but the peat edge to it, being apparently a peated whisky of some sort. The peat edge really doesn't come through until the last few seconds of the finish for me. Never really a fan of the Grouse. It's not a bad whisky, but for me it's not a whisky I enjoy. But being honest, the Black Grouse there, yeah, not something I enjoy. It's just as well, it's just that wee miniature I've got of it, because it's not something I would buy. But if you want to, folks, go out there, have a look for it on a shelf. I think it's somewhere in the region of £20. You know, maybe something you want to give as a gift to a work colleague that's leaving or something. I don't know. Yeah. Grouse, black grouse. It's a whisky. It's lunch.